You've ever wondered what your life purpose was? If you've ever dreamt that you could be so much more, I'd ask you why you're waiting. I'd ask you why you sit. Why don't you get your life purpose and get out of this bed? Standing strong in your life purpose.
Namaste. I see the universal love in you as you see the universal love in me. Namaste. And isn't this the most beautiful way to begin tonight's session, to listen to the Masters teach of how we can come back into divine universal love ways of consciousness. Namaste. My name is Suzanna Maria Emmanuel, and I was called to divine service in 2009 by Sovereign Father Emmanuel and by Caeayaron in 2014. In 2016, Caeayaron began to show his divine universal love purpose, and that his name was always Caeayaron, which means builder of light frequencies or light flows. And so during the channeled messages that are posted up on YouTube, free for anybody to see, and more than 900 videos of different transmissions, people began to see what divine universal love truth was, and how to understand what the original purpose was for all to be in peace and love on a consciousness level. We also learned how universal love was a force of power. So the people that connected into the original cosmos codes of life connected into force power to help them to manifest greatness and inspiration, and always staying united in the universal love consciousness. We also learned about the galactic falls and how that interfered with their evolution path, and how Lemuria came into existence with cosmos codes of life. And then Lemuria fell, and all Lemurians became part of dense conflict consciousness based on mankind's consciousness, to help us understand what conflict consciousness does to mankind. Now Caeayaron has risen again with the original universal love channel, who happens to be myself. For myself, life is not always easy. Actually, it's very difficult, because it is difficult to remain a channel even though I have my own life circumstances too. But I always do all things in the love. And one day many people will want their cosmos codes of life back, because Caeayaron is revealing why the cosmos codes of life are so important. And only the ones who come to the universal love activations can reconnect with their cosmos codes of life. Caeayaron has already explained in many transmissions why people need to come to the universal love activations, because it is there that all grids interconnect together. So Sovereign Father Emmanuel is able to come into the Sovereign Universal Love channel, which happens to be linked to me and Caeayaron's love force, so that the people rise together as one united group. So already a group of dedicated Star sacred world healers are connected together with their cosmos codes of life to galactic, intergalactic, universal love foundations, and they are feeling the flows rising. And they know that soon a large consciousness shift will happen to awaken mankind to something completely new. The question is, however, are you ready for it or are you not? So it is my beautiful privilege to allow you to listen to divine love consciousness. Now this evening, I believe 3 divine masters will come through, and I will place them on YouTube in 3 individual teachings of Sovereign Father Emmanuel, Caeayaron, and another divine being. I'm not sure who that is yet. It could be Lord Maitreya. It could be Caeayaron from the Pleiadian realms. It could be Helisaries or Amora or Adama. That is yet for me to be a surprise. What is important, however, is that they're able to come through, to transmit information to the people. Why? Because they have eternal love for us. So before I begin to close my eyes to allow you to hear the teachings from Sovereign Father Emmanuel, I'm going to read out the forgiveness statement. And the forgiveness statement is so important, especially once you become activated, because then you have your forgiveness codes of life back. That means that you can forgive all that has happened in all your lifetimes, whereas unactivated people cannot do that. They can only forgive certain circumstances in their current life. So this is important, partly why it is important to gain the people's cosmos codes of life back, or for people to gain their cosmos codes of life back, because they will then be able to forgive all their lifetimes. So that's so important. So now I'm going to read it out. Caeayaron, I bring you now into my spaces of love and healing. I ask for your presence and for your love to be with me at this time. I forgive all that has caused my pain to happen. I release it now. I allow the angels to take it away for me. I bring in the love and the peace, and I desire to understand more joy and more self-love. I surround myself with the highest loving divine beings who are here to take care of me. I let go of all fear within me. I release it. I trust that all things are perfect as they are. I am ready to love myself and all of life more. Thank you, Caeayaron, and thank you, great divine love. Namaste. I see the universal love in you as you see the universal love in me. Namaste. Greetings, dear brothers and sisters. I am Sovereign Father Emmanuel. A long time ago, 2,000 years ago, I spoke through Jesus, who walked with the people to bring the promise of hope. The people heard my voice as Emmanuel. Jesus addressed me as the great Father Emmanuel, the creator of wisdom. When he was with the people and the people were with him, he stated these words. When I speak, you will hear the Great Father speak. They're not my words. As a human walking with the people, but they are directly from the Great Father. And the Great Father created all the heavens and all of life so that all could learn to work in perfection with eternal divine wisdom. The people questioned, Jesus, what does it mean to work in perfection of divine wisdom? Jesus stated, I will allow the Great Father to speak through me. He then lifted up his arms like this. And then the people heard the following words. Greetings, dear brothers and sisters. Welcome to these times of learning how to work with greater life consciousness states to bring you into freedom. Freedom filled with love within your heart. What does freedom, love, heart, consciousness mean, dear brothers and sisters? It means to work in ultimate power of love creation force fields so that all your thoughts of love can become greater. That's what divine perfection means. To learn to work with eternal life forces to manifest beauty and love within your hearts, so that you become filled with life. And life is free in the greater realms of Emmanuel. For there is no pain. There is no slavery consciousness. It is there that the people work in eternal joy. Those aren't states of thoughts only. Those are forces. When someone lives in a force of joy, only joy will be the creation. And all creation will leap in joy. Imagine if trees felt your joy force and became bountiful with fruit. That is how all things were purposed to be. For people to enjoy creation. Therefore, always be grateful to all creation. When a tree gives fruit, look at it and thank the earth and the tree for giving you food, as food helps you to live. Then the tree can give you blessings. Therefore, all who look and feel consciously the joy of all of creation, they will never grow hungry spiritually, nor will they thirst spiritually, because they know they are one with creation. in the great realms of paradise coming, all will be enjoying perfection. Before all things came into an enslavement knowledge, all creation was free. And free as expansion, dear brothers and sisters. When a person is free in spirit, they expand into eternity, and they know all things. Therefore, learn to work in universal love always. Work with that in your heart in all your lifetimes, and then you will find everlasting treasures which are worth more to you than a piece of bread for the day or a piece of fruit from a tree. Because then you will know how important it is to fill yourselves up with spiritual food and spiritual drink, because you will know the key, the cosmos truth, which will set you into eternal freedom. Therefore, when you understand what truth is, you will become a free creation to expand into everlasting life. And then I, as Sovereign Father Emmanuel, stopped speaking, as I knew that the people had received so much information in the brief amount of time. And many gasped. And so Jesus stopped transmitting through the words, and he looked at the people. He lowered his hands like this, and he said, "For a moment, let us breathe. Let us ponder on those words. What do you think those words mean, dear brothers and sisters?" he said. One hand went up. "Excuse me, Jesus, I would like to say what these words mean to me. I am longing to hear about this paradise where I can be eternally free. I don't understand it, and I know that I have much to learn, but those words, they mean so much. Please allow me to learn, but have patience with me, Jesus. I know that through you we can learn all things. But please have patience with us as people, because we can only understand one point at a time. That is so much. But I do understand a little bit about being grateful for my daily food. Another person said this. What I gained from that information is that we have hope. A hope for the future, instead of always being enslaved to our masters with all these laws chained to our bellies and our ankles. We can become free someday. So we don't have to fear the injustice that's going on at this time. Because injustice creates more fear among us as people. And then the people began to talk amongst each other. So Jesus stated these following words. Dear brothers and sisters, what do you think fear does to our being? A small child stood up. Excuse me, I don't know if you are willing to hear from me, but I do know that my own fear, it makes me shake and tremble. I'm afraid to walk down the street without feeling as if I'm going to do something wrong. I don't have the courage to ask someone for help if I'm lost, just in case I overstep a law that I don't know about at all. I know we need to say these laws every day, but how do I know that I know them all? It's so confusing. Jesus, I'm confused with what the people do here with all their laws, and that creates fear within me. This was a very good point that this child of wisdom raised, and the people were stunned with the wisdom of this child. Jesus stated, "Well done for speaking up. You may be a child here, but your wisdom is far greater, beyond your years." Often it is the children who bring greater wisdom into the older people, because the child sees, whereas older people focus only on what they see in that moment. A child sees all. Their wisdom is great. So I'm going to ask the Great Father to speak, if I may. And the young child was delighted. "Yes, please. Allow it to be answered." So I, as Sovereign Father Emmanuel, began to answer the question. Jesus raised his arms like this. In the greater realms, only the universal love law applied. Love each other as you do yourself, and then all things will become more free. For when you love yourself with all beauty and appreciation for all of life, then you will not do anything wrong to another. You would not enslave yourself, would you, when you know what freedom does? The more you are in freedom and love, the greater you become. Why would you enslave yourself in pity when you know what freedom can do for you? You can build a house with your thoughts. You can build a vineyard with your willingness. And so, begin to practice all these things in your lives. For these laws on earth bring you into fear and trepidation. The universal law of love brings you into eternal freedom and peace and joy and life. And that's so important, to work in divine love with one another. So fear not, but trust. For then you too will feel how great you are when you work in divine love. And then I, as Sovereign Father Emmanuel, stopped speaking through Jesus. The people learned that the original purpose was to learn to work in divine love together. Why is that important for your day now? It's because all things need to come back into love. Why do they need to come back into love? Because on your planet, all is out of balance. People do not remember anymore what it is like to live in freedom. I, as the Great Father Emmanuel said, my channel will return to earth when all things have been seen. And then I, as the Great Father Emmanuel, will say, and what have you done with your thoughts and the transmissions that I brought through Jesus? Have you brought love to the people with the teachings of Jesus? Or did you bring judgment to the people? Did you teach original purpose to the people? So that when I, as a Great Father Emmanuel, return, millions may find eternal freedom? Or did you bring slavery and fear, so that the people do not want to understand truth? It is only the ones who understand truth who can come into eternal freedom. There's only one path to life, and that is through the gateway of life, which is through Jesus, my channel. Because it is through that one word that I bring through divine love and truth. No other will I bring this through, only through Jesus, who I sent to earth to speak to the people. And at the time when I, as a Sovereign Father Emmanuel, will call my channel again, will you recognize that one channel? The channel will not look like Jesus, but will be in another person, although it is the same person. Do you not know that you keep coming back again and again to see if you can come back into truth? It is only those who desire eternal love and freedom who can find it when it is time. But for those who stay asleep, they will not see the word, the channel. They will keep denying it. That one cannot be the word. That one cannot speak for the great Father Emmanuel, can she? And so they will miss out because they did not believe that one could come from the greatest realms to be the Word, the designated Word, to speak for divine love, to open that one gateway of eternal life and truth, and show the way to eternal life. Those were the words that people heard. And so they made an agreement together to keep each other awake. But because of the persecution that happened, it was difficult to remember truth. Now I speak through the channel. And then question is being asked. Are you awake? Are you listening? And so I have returned through the one word and truth revealer, who today is Suzanna Maria Emmanuel, and I, as a great Sovereign Father Emmanuel, will speak through no other. It is only those who stayed awake who will awaken at this time, who will not deny my sovereign existence. And so they will have the opportunity to come into eternal love and life. Greetings, I am Sovereign Father Emmanuel. Greetings.